I wasn't expecting much when I popped in Casino Derby and Super Bingo, and somehow this cartridge was even less than that. It is, however, the final horse racing cartridge, and that's a genre that's had a bit of a weird history here. There was an enormous variety of approaches to the subject. They might have all involved betting at some point, but there was a lot more to these games than that. Family Jockey, for example, put players in charge of their horse during a race, while Izashi Shugoro no Keiba Hishogaku focused on the track experience, even letting you get hot tips from people. The Derby Stallion series lets you manage an entire stable of horses, breeding them with real-life famous race horses. But there was a dark side too. Cartridges like Keiba Honmei promised that the person who bought it would get rich quick by using their Famicom to predict the outcome of actual horse races. Closing this loose genre out is a game from Yonezawa's Party Room 21 division. Party Room 21 seems to have been focused on, as the name implies, party games, particularly ones using the Party Tap peripheral. The Party Tap was about as simple of controller as you could get. It was 6 buttons that plugged into the Famicom's expansion port, and all the controls for every player would just be their one button. Casino Derby and Super Bingo are solely party games. There's nothing that you can do by yourself, and there's really nothing you can do with just the cartridge. There are 3 game modes: Derby, Jockey, and Bingo. Derby is where you go to bet. You're given a list of potential races to run, highlight the ones that you want to be active, and you can see what the odds are for every horse in the race. Then, you and all your friends gathered around the television set pick which horse you're betting on and then just keep track of it. You watch the race play out, get results, and then presumably everybody at your Casino Derby party gets their payout or puts money back in. And then the game will go on to the next race that you selected until eventually it runs out. There's really nothing else to this one. Jockey at least is a bit of an action game, though if you're going to play it, you really have to have the party tap. Otherwise, you can only practice by yourself on the track. You pick a race, and then everybody picks what horse they're going to ride. And then in the race, you mash your button. You only have one with the party tap, but it's the A button if you're practicing. And your goal is to keep your horse in the green. Blue means you've been mashing too slow, red means you've been mashing too fast. And sometimes your horse will change to a dash state, which means you can mash as fast as you like. Once everyone's tired of racing each other by tapping, you can play bingo. You'll have to provide your own cards though. On here, hitting A will generate a new number, hitting B will show you what numbers have been generated, and hitting start declares a bingo. You can even declare a bingo when there's only one number that's been drawn. There's not even that much logic in it. I know it's going to surprise you, but this nothing game also has nothing in terms of presence in Japan. The most it's got is that it's a relatively rare cartridge, though not expensive because why would anyone want it? The best thing I can say about Casino Derby and Super Bingo is that it's not an attempt to scam money out of people like some of the other horse racing cartridges were. But this isn't even functional as a game. This is the minimum viable product for the Famicom. And there's absolutely no reason to even look at it unless you're some crazy person who's documenting every single Famicom cartridge.